Testing.
You want me to...
Yeah, just do a clap or who gives a fuck.
So that's going. That is going. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Uncle Hack, thanks for joining us, man.
No problem.
We always appreciate it.
Nice to see you in person rather
in the
than
flesh.
Than FaceTime.
Without the Skype delay.
Yeah,
Skype delay.
Yeah, talking over one another over and over again.
Yeah. Can you hear me is the new greeting, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I'm one more Zoom call away or whatever the hell those things, Google Meetups, from blowing my head off.
There's like 7 of them, you know? Like,
I know.
Yeah, like pick one.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Everybody was doing the Zoom ones because you had that, like the background.
Yeah, you green screen and it'd be all funny. And be like,
Yeah.
oh, look, I'm at a football field.
Yeah, so fucking
off.
hilarious.
Really, yeah, Deborah really spicing up things around the office.
Yeah,
you know,
every
so.
father thought he was fucking cool
Yeah,
with it.
exactly.
Hey, look it. I'm in Paris.
Yeah, there's
off,
like the
Fred.
tropical breeze one.
Yeah. You're so cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, you got TikTok famous over the break.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
Did
you know-
you? I didn't.
Yeah, it's I got the other day I'm in the gas station and some guy's like, "Oh, bro, I watch you on TikTok." And
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if I wanted to run myself over or be proud about that.
50-50 probably.
Yeah, it was 50-50. It was kind of this is the most depressing compliment I've ever got.
I was going to ask, what are you going to do if they ban it?
I think it will be good.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't see anything with Canada banning it, but the States, I've read lots like America's looking to. I can't see it though. I don't know.
No?
It's gonna. Who knows? Big Daddy Trump's on a tear right now, so.
Yeah, he just
I
wants
can't
to.
see it in Canada though. We're too tied to the Chinese to.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. It's
an interesting point, actually.
It's
Yeah.
such an interesting thing too. It's like banning an app, but there was I'm gonna get nerdy here for a second. There was an article that came out and it was like it was a security analyst that looked into TikTok and it was like they're fucking every
insane.
loophole. They're going for every loophole.
Yeah.
They got it all.
There is so much data collection going on with TikTok. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like I was looking into it too.
Yeah.
And we were sitting in the office and like, man, they know everything about you. Like as soon as you sign up, it's just done.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
And the like backdoor exploits of like your other apps that it can access if it wants to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of in other news, grass is green and the sky is blue when I read that, that the Chinese are just spying on you from TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can spy on me all they want. I don't have anything interesting going on. You can serve me ads all day. I don't buy anything on the internet. So
that's a good point. Yeah. If you tap into my webcam any day, FBI, you're not missing that much.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's just like angrily beating off.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you got one of those guys just dedicated to you to be like, is this guy going to subvert the Communist Party of China?
He seems to be pushing a lot against the Liberal Party, and we need them in. Tank him. Drone strike on this son of a bitch.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, they're doing that whole thing where you can't even talk shit about China. Otherwise, like... Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
So. It's crazy.
They're making it like an international law or something like that.
Come on.
Seriously. So
you can't trash China or else you're done for.
He sent me the article.
They want to make it a law, like it's a law in China, but it applies internationally. So basically, if like probably any of us tried to go there, they'd be like, "Oh, you were talking shit on the internet about us. We heard you talking smack." So
don't touch down in China for a layover flight if you're going to Southeast Asia. Hey?
Pretty much.
Probably avoid. Yeah. Yeah, I did have a trip booked next month, but nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was thinking about doing the Hong Kong company, but I think it's just what's going on right there. It's a no-go now. For sure.
Man, there's a few red zones. Like, have you seen everything in like Portland and Seattle and all that with like that Chaz and shit?
Yeah, I saw Chaz.
That's insane.
I haven't really seen the Portland one, but I understand it's more or less the same as Seattle.
Yeah, Portland is just like a hellfire right now. There's like unmarked vans with I don't know if they're military personnel or who, but they're just like nabbing people off the street.
I saw a video.
Okay, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what's
Wow.
really funny to me though? Americans are like, I'm not going to X country because it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's like, do
Bro.
you look at yourself in the mirror sometimes? It's
Yeah.
it's hilarious to me, man.
There's neighborhoods in like Illinois, like Chicago. You wouldn't catch my white ass walking around in fucking Chicago, like anytime at all. If like
man.
the lights
Yeah.
go out, I'm gone. Even with the lights on, like man, there's places in LA I'd be
Oh,
terrified
you
of
don't want
going.
to be.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, when the lights go on for me, it's like, where'd he go?
Yeah, exactly.
The reflections. Yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
had a friend who played like minor league hockey in California.
Yeah.
And like all the arenas are in just the worst areas. So
Right.
they're like, do not leave the hotel if it's dark out. Don't even think about walking down the street. My one buddy was actually, they were walking kind of through the like main street of the town, and it was like, let's say they looked a little different than a lot of the residents there. And one of the shop owners was like, hey boys, you guys should probably just turn around and head back to wherever you came from. It's getting kind of late. And they're like, okay.
Oh yeah.
And basically race back to the hotel. But,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a guy from our hometown, a buddy of mine, and he was a professional boxer, and he actually moved down there and was training. He's one of he trained with like Manny Pacquiao and all
holy
those guys out of Wild Card.
Okay.
And when he first got down there, he couldn't afford a place, so they let him sleep in the gym, and it's right on Hollywood Boulevard. And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
man, the shit that I heard and seen at nighttime on Hollywood Boulevard would blow your mind.
Yeah.
And like.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Damn.
when he was first going to school down there, he's like, man, I was in like a kind of hoodie area. Right when they first got there, they stayed in this place. And there was the hotel where all the ex-cons that just got released go and stay. So they can
like a
figure out.
halfway house or?
No, it was
Or is
like
it
they
just a
let him
cheap
out of
hotel?
prison, and the $80-$90 that they give him, or X amount of dollars,
Oh, shit.
it was the cheapest one in the area.
Oh, really? Okay.
And these jackasses went and stayed there, locked the keys in the vehicle, and this guy's like, "Oh, I can get him out." He's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah. Give me $10, man, and I'll get your keys out of there." Slim Jim the fucking thing open, and then like, "Yeah, here you go, bro." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Wait a minute, what? That's probably not good." like tuned into it 5 minutes after.
This guy has a very specific skill set.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good at whatever he just did right there.
And it only cost me $10. How easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Actually, on that note, so I see you have a nice front row seat at your new office of the
it's
bus stop
glorious.
downtown.
Man, it is glorious. Like I'm a small
Is that
town.
the city center one? Right.
Commerce Place.
Right. But
Yeah.
that's the mall bus stop, right?
Yeah. There's like nonstop action, man. I hear like just fucking chaos happening. I probably watched 4 or 5 street fights. It's like reality TV at its finest, right out of a picture window, right
Yeah.
there in front of you. It's so good.
I love it. That's hilarious. Damn.
How many blocks over from the police station would that be? Like 3 maybe?
3 or 4.
Just far enough that we still get some action.
Yeah. They're not too worried about the cops being like right there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that I don't know. It's a pretty interesting place.
I'd
down
say,
there.
yeah. Sometimes I just I'll leave the office and go walk around just to hear
See what's going on.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Jesus freak that's always on the corner yelling into a
Oh, is that
microphone.
guy over
yeah,
there?
he's like some African dude that can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's really broken English and
Yeah.
he's yelling and everything. You can just hear, "Oh, Jesus is Christ is coming," and it's fucking magnificent. We watched a crackhead throw his shit into the street and then pretty much RKO him on the spot. It was the funniest shit I
Really?
think I've ever.
Oh god.
Yeah, he just blew him up and then threw all of his Jesus papers into the street. And it was I shouldn't have laughed, but it was that was pretty good.
What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah,
This is comedic gold
yeah.
out here. Yeah.
Somebody wasn't really buying into the Lord that day.
Is that the guy that makes the migration to White Ave every?
yeah.
Because that's
maybe.
like an older white gentleman.
Is it?
Yeah, he's like an
Okay.
old guy. I don't know.
There's a few of them.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know how associated they are. I haven't looked at their corporate branding to see if it's all
Yeah,
the
their
same.
propaganda.
Yeah.
Probably from the same parish or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
well,
they- turf war.
Yeah. Hey, this is my corner.
Yeah.
You better.
This is Christians, brother. Take your Catholic ass across the river.
Yeah, Lutherans better not come on the south side or else.
It's like the Irish Protestants versus the Catholics.
Something like that. Yeah, man. But who are you like? I wonder what their conversion ratio is.
Yeah.
You know, like in marketing and stuff, you have your conversion rate. Like,
yeah,
100%.
But yelling about Jesus on a corner, like it must be
astronomical.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that kind of marketing these days.
Yeah.
I mean, on a Friday or Saturday night on White Ave, it's got to be close to 90%.
Yeah, but like, how many people actually take your stupid pamphlet that's like a comic about God or something, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to check this out when I sober up tomorrow.
I don't know. I've hit a few coke lows where I'd probably buy into some Jesus shit.
Touche.
That's the old me, though, not current.
Yeah,
If I make it to the morning.
Yeah,
exactly.
I could have used a pamphlet or two a couple of times, a couple Sundays.
Maybe that's the target demo.
It certainly
Maybe I will
has to
turn
be.
my life around.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
So how was COVID for you? You did just blew up on TikTok?
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been like bored out of my mind and like doing dumb shit on the internet like usual, just thinking of like dumb stuff and like filming it quick and putting it on TikTok. And that's pretty much chewed up a good portion of my time. It's just dumb TikTok videos. I don't know why.
There's been some good shit. My favorite one has to be the Napster one.
Oh, with
Where the mom
okay.
blows in the door.
With the I think that's a Future song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Which one is it?
It's like me circa 2000 or whatever on Napster, and he's like
downloading,
and the music is like, it's a rap song, and it's like his mom busts in the door, and it's like, N-word, the cops outside.
Lock up the house.
Shit, maybe I think I did see that one actually. Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember the LimeWire days, or like, I used FrostWire.
FrostWire, yeah. I was a LimeWire guy.
I was too.
Yeah.
In grade 2.
Or you would look up like,
right.
Limp Bizkit, whatever song.
You remember getting Rickrolled?
Yeah. Oh man. But remember when that was like actually funny to do to someone? Now it's like funny that it was a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you would have Rickroll would pop up and you'd actually laugh out loud.
Yeah, man, it would suck because you spent 3 days waiting for that song to download or that fucking 30-second video, and then all of a sudden it's like, can't even be mad.
Or it would be like a song, but when you look at the file size, it was like 500 gigabytes, and you're like, I think this is a virus.
So, you could easily sniff them out.
Yeah.
I fried so many computers.
Yeah.
Right?
With LimeWire. So many computers.
Literally just gave your computer cancer pretty much.
100%.
Will it just for a few Simple Plan songs or something.
Simple Plan. Like Good Charlotte.
Yeah. That was pretty on point with the times.
Fucking Linkin Park, bro.
Yeah,
I think that was the very first song I downloaded.
Yeah.
Or who is like a Coheed? No, Coheed and Cranberry. It was a little later in life.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Right. Wasn't that?
Yeah,
they had a big song and guitar.
Yeah, Sum 41.
Definitely.
Blink-182.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the classics.
Oh,
that was peak LimeWire era.
Yeah.
I never got on Napster. Like, I think Napster was
I was there for a minute, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And then that's when everybody was just developing. Like all sorts of like.
Yeah. I think Napster was a touch before our time, a little, or like
slightly.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember my parents having like a shitload of Napster music, and then it got all shut down or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Sean Parker. R.I.P.
Yeah. Did he pass away?
Is he dead?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, what?
R.I.P. with your $3.5 billion or whatever. Guy's worth a shit ton of money.
Didn't he make a bunch of money off Facebook too?
I believe so.
I think that's
like
where
he weaseled in too.
I think that was where he got most of his net worth because he was like an early investor. I don't know.
If the Social Network movie has taught
to
me
be
anything.
believed.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, because that's where I remember that his dumb ass coming in.
Yeah. Fucking Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe when Sean Parker is asked about their movie, he does say, "I wish my life was that cool," as Justin Timberlake made it seem. But
Right.
I don't know. He seems to be the kind of high rolling type. Did you guys ever watch Silicon Valley, the show?
A little bit.
I
No?
think I seen maybe a
okay.
few episodes.
They made one character based off of him, but he was all about being the 3 Comma Club because he was a
Fucking
billionaire.
Russ
So I don't
Hanneman,
know. It was
Hammerman or whatever.
yeah, something like that.
Fuck,
But
that guy's hilarious. We'll show you a video after. There's some funny shit.
Perfect.
It's actually a good show. What was I gonna say though? Fuck. I had a thought, but now I don't.
One of them.
Pretty
ordeals.
much par for the course. Bro.
Yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of what podcasting is getting those weird thoughts and just
And running with them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think of so much weird shit when I'm driving, and then I'm like, oh man, that'd be hilarious. And then I get home, and I'm like, what the fuck was I just
what was I
thinking
talking
about?
Yeah.
But you do solo episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
that's
the
pretty
fuck?
impressive, man.
Man, I don't know. That's just like I find so much irritating shit.
Yeah.
As bubbly as I can I can seem.
'Kay.
There's just so much in here that just drives me insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you just like read the fucking news in the morning, or just like this is dumb, this is dumb?
Man, I'll scroll through social media and there's like I deliberately follow people that piss me off. And why I don't do it? Because I only follow like 69 people because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, like half of them are people I don't want to follow, but they give me so much content out of their shitty fucking lives that I'm able to just make episodes off them. It's like anything they're posting about. It's a lot of these like social justice warriors
Yeah.
or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? These woke people.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
And I go to Twitter a lot and just see what the morons say
See
on
what's going
threads.
on.
Yeah.
Twitter is definitely a resource for that sort of thing.
It's a gold mine.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a gold mine.
So-
And it's so fun to troll on there. Like,
Oh, I
you
know.
can just get somebody. If you don't give a fuck about the internet and you go on the internet to deliberately piss people off, you can be good at it.
Oh yeah.
If nothing hurts you off a screen, off the phone, like words don't hurt you, you are gold.
Yeah.
You are good to go. Say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard it here first, kids.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
believe in you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Close your damn computers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. 4chan is like the fucking bastion of that.
Yes.
You ever troll those?
Every now and then
Oh,
I'll
those-
go on and
those
just
rough
read.
waters.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go on and just read. But that's about it. Just to see
Yeah.
what's going on. I love like all the like. Do you pay attention to all that QAnon shit? Like conspiracy
QAnon.
theorists.
Oh, okay.
And like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like the people yelling that Ellen DeGeneres like eats children and shit.
Okay.
Is a lizard, has a blood boy at home or whatever. Yeah, that kind
Okay.
of shit.
It's like, oh, they're fucking taking adrenochrome and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the forefathers of that fucking.
Oh
it's,
yeah.
it's the most laughable shit I can possibly imagine because the people that are trying to like push it on you just seem batshit insane. So it's entertaining.
I think most of them haven't left mom's basement. But
Yeah, a good chunk of them.
Yeah.
That or
Yeah.
they like trip down a few too many stairs in their time. Like,
Some of it's pretty fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
will
good.
give them that. That's for sure. Fuck, man. Yeah, Twitter's like, I don't know, man. The thing that I'm very interested in is that Twitter is like not real life, but social media is almost like becoming real life.
it is.
And like people are like,
What do you mean by that?
you know how like, well, it's like, you would never say half the shit that gets said on that stuff
Never.
to a person in real
Never.
life.
You get
True,
knocked
true.
out.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
but because there's two screens between you, like fuck, man.
Right. I
Human
guess the
nature.
kind of
Yeah.
dehumanization of
Yeah.
it, right?
Human
So,
nature comes to the forefront, and it's spectacular to see sometimes.
Oh man, and like the things that are coming off, like some of the woke or this woke subculture of the like the cancel culture.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, there's these morons out there that will deliberately come after you, find out where you work, they'll report you until you're fired from your job and
Yeah.
ruin your life. And then you wonder why people are like angry and deliberately shoot up fucking schools or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, most definitely.
It's horrible to say, but like
Yeah.
when you have nothing,
Yeah.
what's there to live for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
I think you got a good thing going on though,
See-
because you don't give a fuck.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
you can't take what I got away is the beauty of it.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, obviously I could lose like my following on social media platforms.
Like get banned maybe.
But if I'm having people come to a direct source, which we're trying to do is have them come to dangercats.tv for all the media end. So then it would suck, but at the end of it, like, I honestly don't fucking care. Like, we've got enough backup plans that if I lost Danger Cats in this Uncle Hack persona, I can fall back on everything else.
And frankly, I think there's a lot of people going that direction now too, where they're kind of seeing that, like, I don't own my Facebook profile, or I don't own my Instagram account or whatever. So if I have that, you know, my own website or whatever, even YouTube, man, like over the last couple of weeks, there's been some pretty big names that have gotten completely banned.
Completely axed for doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Which is scary to think. And that, like, the power that social media and big tech has over you now is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And I mean, it's a huge opportunity for people that are willing to create these alternate platforms. I think,
big
too.
time.
Yeah. So, no, it's definitely stuff that's crossed my mind while laying in bed for 22 hours a day.
Yeah, and especially like with Rogan going over to Spotify, like that just kind of really shook up the system, because like that's now you have Spotify that's probably going to pull these guys, like, you know, they're facing all this, like, well, I got demonetized, so I'm losing $20,000 of ad rev off that video, where I'll just fuck it. I'll go to Spotify, make less, but I know it's consistent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, because some of it, there's no rhyme or reason, but then also when it's like a big takedown, it's often like it's clearly targeted. It's not like people are just reporting spam and a bot auto does it. It's like suits in a room are like, all right, this guy, everything goes kind of thing, right? So
yeah, I will say my favorite one is there's a guy that I follow that's like this chess analyst. Yeah. And he's like, he got a video taken down.
Sorry, what?
Chess, like, you know, the game, like, no, chess.
Chess.
Yeah.
Like, chess. I thought you were saying
I
chess.
consider myself a bit of a chess analyst too. But
he's just looking at titties all day.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like reviewing on YouTube, and it's like, why did I get taken down?
Maybe that wasn't YouTube.
Yeah.
Shit. But anyway, he got a video taken down, and he's like, why? And then supposedly he was going through like it was obviously a bot that took it down, but it was something like, in this position, white is completely winning over black or something.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, man. Like,
yeah, it was pretty fucking hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. It was pretty good. But I think the algorithms are almost even running away with it right now. So it's kind of interesting to see. But I'm also noticing too, like YouTube, there's this huge ad push that's going on too. I had to watch like 25 seconds of video, like advertisement, before I ever got into a video this morning. And I was like, what the fuck?
And like, I've noticed even with some of ours, like there's ads running on it, even though I don't have ads on it specifically.
Oh, okay.
So there's only a few that I've noticed, or they'll just be like, oh, it could be because of copyrighted music. So maybe, I don't know why they're there.
Right, where it gets... Like your video gets demonetized, but they still show ads. Is that what you're saying?
Where there's a copyright written song on the video, but there's an ad on it, even though I haven't turned ads on.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So I think
Weird.
maybe like
that's just them.
That's like
getting in front and taking some dollar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Wow. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is anything you do monetizable?
Very little. Very little. Yeah. Nothing to cry home about. I think I've maybe made like $600 over 3 years of YouTube.
Yeah.
I think I made a total of like $1.75 on AdSense on like a website like 2 years ago. It was pretty phenomenal.
Nice.
It was pretty phenomenal. Yeah.
Still make money online, making money in your sleep, right?
Yeah.
That's what
I quit my job right after that.
Yeah, you can be like one of those idiots that do like the YouTube tutorials and be like, listen, this guy's got a Shopify store making $500,000 a month.
I see those.
I'll show you how to do it.
I wonder how, like, I feel like because I watch sort of entrepreneur-y stuff on YouTube or whatever, I seem to get that type of ad absolutely constantly. And there's like 900 different accounts, gurus supposedly doing it. So have you ever heard of Baller Busters on Instagram?
Shit.
No.
No.
You should follow Baller Busters.
They're actually pretty entertaining. But basically, it's this account that like blows up any kind of internet guru, like figures out if they're legit or not. Because there are a lot of like lesser known guys who like try to flex on Instagram to their 10K followers and sell like a $1,500 Shopify course, but it's all a facade sort of thing.
Right.
But some of the most recently was they were exposing Dan Bilzerian, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently his so he's actually getting sued now because his company is technically publicly traded, and he ran like millions of dollars of expenses through the company of just like, because his house is apparently actually leased, like not owned,
right?
And then tried to put the lease under the company and call it like miscellaneous advertising or something like that. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's
big
in
exposure.
He's in some shit right now.
Yeah.
He actually moved out of that house.
Oh, really?
Supposedly there's a Forbes article on it. It's a $65 million house.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
So someone else has been footing his bills, I guess. I don't know.
Jesus
Yeah.
He's paying 200 or 400. I think it's 200 a month. 200K.
200K a month.
Yeah.
That just makes me disgusted inside.
Yeah.
But like, who the fuck am I? I hate seeing when people are like, "Oh, he's such a douchebag." Shut up.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't
Every
want
guy
to live
on
like
the
that.
You would do the
Yeah.
exact
Lick
same
me
thing.
where I shit. You wouldn't fucking go down. And like, if somebody's like, "Here, listen, you're gonna be hanging out with models, okay? Dad's got a lot of money. You're gonna make even more money just playing cards. Then you're gonna do a shit ton of coke. You're gonna screw a bunch of hookers.
Yeah.
And then guess what? You're just gonna start a weed company and hang out with more even hotter women, and then you're just gonna fly around the world and be a complete douchebag."
Yeah.
You gonna take that deal? Of course you're gonna take that fucking deal. Suck my ass, you wouldn't take that.
Yeah. There's
I'll
no.
sell my soul to the devil for that, man. What do you need me to do?
Yeah.
I do it for half. Fuck.
Yeah. I'll do it for cheap. Don't
Yeah.
you worry.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking amazing.
Truly. Yeah. Any guy out there who's like, "Oh, I don't believe in that sort of thing." It's like, shut up, man. Like,
Yeah.
your wife's just gonna get mad when you're like, "Fuck yeah, I do
exactly.
that." Right?
Your balls are in your wife's fucking purse. Shut up. You're a pussy, you cuck. You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I would never want to live like that. I love my children. I'd leave all my children to leave. Like, I don't care how many. Fuck those kids. I'm going to live my life. So, hey, I grew up just fine without a father. You'll do great too.
This will give you something to aspire to. If
Yeah,
anything,
like-
kids.
Amazing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like it.
They've had some other good busts on there too. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. but
Please
there's-
tell me Ty Lopez was one.
No,
I'd
I
love
don't
to
know.
just
know.
watch that guy
Yeah.
sink.
Yeah.
You know what though? Like those ads that he was running.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when we were talking about the advertising, they must be getting something from it because they're running a ton of fucking ads, right? So
Tons.
yeah, so they must be getting something in
must,
return
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
So
He wouldn't, because his ads have like millions of views, so he
Yeah.
must be spending hundreds of thousands a month on ads.
and he was one of the forefathers of that
You
shitty
remember,
internet.
Like, you remember his first one?
Yes.
And it's like,
Here in my
you see all
garage."
these books behind me? If you read a book a day, you can have a Ferrari. It was like, what the fuck? Does Calvin and Hobbes count? Yeah, oh yeah, we're Calvin and Hobbes today. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Those used to kill me. Me and my buddies would rip on those all the
Oh, yeah.
time. Be like,
Yeah.
listen, if you pick up a Spider-Man comic and read that, you can have a 96 Civic. All right?
You read one Spider-Man comic a day for a year.
Yeah.
I guarantee you'll have that Civic.
You'll have a 96 Civic
Yeah.
hatchback.
Yeah, don't quote me on it. I think that video has 65 million views or
Yeah.
something like that.
I
Something
believe
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Fucking bonkers.
I think he's actually like borderline, like he might actually be legit, I'm pretty sure, but he kind of had his money before sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
and
he-
then just seeing an
yeah.
opportunity.
I
was,
guess so.
He was in the finance world before. I actually did like a bunch of digging on this
Yeah.
for some fucking reason.
Bored one day.
I go down rabbit holes sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like he made all his money in finance and then kind of went that route with it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure he's we'll call him semi legit. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's been some like fairly large busts on there.
Yeah.
Evan Luthra, there's people that I don't personally know, but like there's some like guys with million follower accounts and stuff. So
Yeah.
Grant Cardone's probably the only other one who's been on there who's like a mainstream name. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Welcome to the Cardone Zone.
Yeah. There we go.
I used to watch that shit for just pure entertainment. You need to get your ass up, brother, and go and get that money. It's like, shut up. You're like 50, man, talking like you're
funny.
fucking from the hood.
He's been on there, but
did he get busted?
So there was some controversy with him when COVID started because a big part of his business is like multifamily, like rental properties.
Right.
And then he has he manages like a real estate fund that buys them, and they weren't paying their investors. Like they were suspending rent payments, and they were saying, or I guess dividend payments or whatever.
Disbursements.
Okay. Yeah. But they were saying it was, even though they were supposedly claiming they were collecting most rent, but they weren't paying their investors. So they were saying he was maybe broke and like laid off all his employees without paying them. And I don't know. Nice. I don't know where it went, but something
it seems
like that.
to not have gone anywhere, but supposedly his plane's been for sale for like 3 years and stuff. Like it's Don't piss people off on the internet.
What's the point of that? You know, like what's
the Insta clout?
Ego?
I guess I don't know. Ego.
It's gotta be ego.
Exactly.
Hey?
Yeah.
I think so.
You like
in major insecurities of like people viewing you as a certain way. Like
that's exactly it. Actually,
I could give a fuck, man. What anybody thinks. Like, I'm such a dude. If I had $500 million in the bank, I'd still be like, listen, I went to the Van store the other day, got 2 pairs of shoes for $40. Man. Be like, buddy, you're worth half a fucking Billy, and you're still fucking deal hunting.
Rocking.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Frankly, I think those the billionaires are the ones that do the deal hunting.
100%. They always look like they're homeless.
I was going to say, they always dress like bums and have no sense of style, sort of thing, right?
100%. One of my uncles is he's very well off. I don't know what he's worth. I couldn't even take a stab, but his net worth in cars alone is like trumping me by a lot. And dude, if you seen him walking down the street, you'd think like, who the fuck is this homeless bastard? He's always in like a yellow Sun Ice fucking jacket and sweatpants and gumboots, man. Nice. He's like a redneck farmer rich.
Oh yeah.
But like he's business savvy. He just like, man, if you seen him waltzing around, you'd be like, who is this fat bald idiot?
I fucking love those people.
Dude, zero fucks to give, man.
There's quite a few of those in Alberta too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll
I like
he has
that.
this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. I don't know. I kind of like that style. Just whatever. It doesn't matter really. So
they're kind of like I call it dude rich.
Dude rich.
Yeah. They're still a dude, but they're wealthy. But like they're like, yo, listen, I want to go and they're the kind of guys that'll take their friends to come get fucking hammered with them because they just want their friends with them, not to flex that, we're popping bottles. No, it's like, we're getting about 800 Bud Lights. We're getting flatlined.
Exactly. There's some guy that I know, his like father-in-law can't even read, and he's worth a lot of money too.
That's deadly.
Yeah.
I love it when guys like that are
that
just hood rich.
Involved in oil or something.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
like from that like 60s, 70s, and then
Something
right
like
into that 80s boom.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So,
something like that.
Yeah. There's a few of them. You don't have to be super smart to get rich. That's for
no,
sure.
you can sometimes get lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Right place, right time, kind of fucking deal, eh?
Yeah. How do you like that painting, by the way?
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. That artist does all he does is olives.
Yeah. Godfrey or something like
Goddard.
that. Goddard. Yeah.
So I thought you'd like that one, the oil patch. So
yeah, that's hilarious because like my business partner is like all about that guy too.
Okay.
As soon as I seen like the little olives and stuff, he's always like, and this painting right here is it's an olive sitting on a martini glass. I was like, wow, so like, what did you pay for this? And it was an absurd amount of money.
Probably way too much.
Yeah.
I love fine art. And like, oh, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You grew up in Saskatchewan.
Is that a local guy?
No, that guy lives out
He's
in
hella
Vegas.
famous, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fucking. That guy's loaded
I
too.
think he is.
Yeah.
I met him in person once actually, and that guy he crashed his fucking Lambo like 2 weeks before I met him. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So.
He's got zero fucks to give.
He's definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dresses like a mix between like Tommy Lee and like fucking Slash from Guns N' Roses, pretty much.
Eccentric as all hell. Hey.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
Nice.
So, yeah. But yeah, I thought you'd like that one. So.
Yeah, it's a sweet
That's a
painting.
cool one. I like them. I like I was just laying on the ground against the desk
I'm gonna go on a gamble here and say like that's a probably pretty pricey painting too. Just like kicking it, not wrapped or nothing.
No idea. It's probably a fake, but
Yeah, it's just a print.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. Yeah, fucking. What's happening with like the oil patch right now? If all this shit happened, I'm sure that's an essential business. So fucking everybody must be still.
That's what
kicking
people
her.
told me. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I know like where my hometown, like in Tabor, it's like a lot of the wells down there got gobbled up by CNRL, so they like are running pretty much a monopoly down there and like slashed a lot of guys. A lot of guys are losing work, especially with the price of oil. Like, there's barely any spending going on, but I don't know. It's a wishy-washy business right now. It seems
Definitely.
like.
Yeah. It seems like a very amazing when it's good business, and then it's kind of like
Can go the other way pretty quick.
yeah,
like
most definitely.
all my friends that have been in the oil patch for probably 10 years plus now are like actively looking to get out and find something more stable and you know, whether it be they take a wage cut just to have something a little more stable. And that's been like the word from all my friends in the oil patch anyways. It seems like.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see what the long-term implications of this whole pandemic is a thing are, right?
Fucking yeah.
The pandemic.
Yeah. Did we get into the conspiracies last time? I think it was too early to really have them refined.
You know what? I was just gonna get into this because we were talking about how billionaires dress like shit.
Yeah.
And I was gonna mention Bill Gates, and then I wrote pastels. He's wearing a lot of pastels lately.
What does that mean?
Like he's wearing really like it looks like his wife dresses him.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway,
does that have something to do with
conspiracies?
Yeah.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, man.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
What do they always say? Symbolism will be their downfall.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're obviously gonna make little flashes of their secret society in front of everyone else to really taunt you.
Pizzagate, have you heard of it?
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of true though.
I don't disagree.
Honestly, once.
Did you hear about that judge down in the States and her family?
Oh shit! No.
Today, just this morning,
right?
She was assigned a case with regard to Epstein. I'm not sure if it's the Epstein case or it has
like
to do
with Ghislaine Maxwell.
I think it was specifically Epstein.
Yeah, it has to do. I think it has to do with like Deutsche Bank and how there was some funneling of cash that was going on between them and Epstein or whatever. Some guy dressed as a FedEx worker. The son opens the door to him, kills the son, shoots the husband. She's downstairs. The guy runs off. She comes upstairs, the judge, and finds her son dead. And so some fucker, somebody probably paid to have her assassinated or her family assassinated.
Send a message like that old Italian shit. Holy fuck.
Pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, man, like that stuff, like, once you get in, there's like a point where I back off it, and when they're not that I think that the CIA is gonna whack the guy that wears wolf t-shirts, but like, I don't know. There's this like once some of those conspiracy theories get into like there's lizard people running the planet, that's when I'm like, all right, you fucking lost me. But, like the whole Epstein thing is just like. Because it's fucking true. It's like there was kids on an island that these lunatics were like. It's just like so disgusting and disturbing. But like,
man. I was just gonna say like the rabbit hole probably goes pretty fucking deep.
Pretty deep, man.
Yeah.
And my thing too, and I was thinking about this today after I read that article, but it's like, this is a fact. We know there was creepy fucking shit going on that island,
right?
But people don't seem to care that much.
Yeah.
Other than making like Epstein didn't kill himself jokes. Yeah. But it's like, we know it happened. We have photos and flight manifests of very wealthy elite people going there constantly.
And very influential too. Like,
why aren't we more perturbed?
What is happening here?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we lay it out and like, man, They're gonna burn Hollywood to a crisp by the time if this shit gets out, man, it's done. Like,
oh yeah,
you're gonna look at the film industry and be like, I don't want to be labeled a pedo. Fuck y'all, I'm out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's pretty much like I don't know if I can watch Hollywood films anymore. You know?
It really, especially like older ones, like even like let's say like classics, modern classics, like movies from the 90s, 2000s, like. Because all this shit was definitely rampant back then, and no one could talk about it. You couldn't get your voice out anywhere, etc. Right?
Yeah, like look what they did to like Corey Feldman. And
is that the two Corey's guy?
Yeah.
Because he was one of the he was like the male Me Too guy. Is that right, or something along those
much.
along those
got,
lines?
Like Corey and the Angels or something.
Yeah.
Feldman
Anyways,
and the
yeah,
Angels,
yeah.
and like he was in the Goonies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah.
And like he came out and he's been trying to put this shit out for years, but it's like he'll like, oh, I got this documentary, and then like try and sell it. So I don't know if it's He does too much funky shit to make it seem like he's playing a card. Maybe he's just fucked up. I don't know.
Sure.
Like,
But
when like Macaulay Culkin's talked about it, it's just another article of who's the little girl that was Madeline.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But she
Same
came
story
out
for her?
same.
Shit.
Yeah, said there was like a
Damn.
lot of like sexual nonsense that went on when she was underage, and like
it's kind of like, how do you get in, you know? And to me, that's the fucking big question. And I think that's like, is that how you get in? You gotta fucking suck some guy off and you got the part, or like, how does that work? You
I
know?
don't know.
Yeah.
I was listening to another podcast and they were kind of talking about it, and they're like, yeah, like back in the 50s, 60s, being gay was kind of like, it was wrong. Where now it's like, man, we don't really care.
Yeah.
And like, what's the next word? Like, that was like the worst thing then, and now like the worst thing now. And it's like they were like, it makes sense that they would have you into pedophilia and have you doing all this nonsense, and then have that dirt on you to keep this whole kind of ring together.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the next worst thing, and where like you can't really go anywhere past that.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think like that. Yeah. Like that's always going to be not okay, right?
no,
So
that's
it's
like the worst of the worst.
So it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't think that door ever opens, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's fucking crazy to say the least. But there's some big names, and also I don't think fucking Maxwell is gonna make it.
No,
no chance.
There's not a fucking chance in hell.
As soon as that dropped, like every comedian that I follow was just like R.I.P. or like tomorrow's headline.
Yeah.
There was some like I don't know if it was satirical or if it was actually a mainstream media outlet, but it was like, yeah, she has COVID and she's probably going to be on a ventilator soon or some bullshit like that.
Wait just a damn minute.
Yeah, perfect timing for COVID-19.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it? Where was she? Because wasn't she?
She was in like some forest in fucking Connecticut or something.
Yeah, she wasn't even like she was still in the U.S.
Yeah,
like
she was
the
just
whole
hanging
time?
out. She was just hanging out in the house in Connecticut.
It was like was it Connecticut?
Something like that.
Okay.
There's like
It may have been Vermont.
Some stupid fucking state.
Yeah.
See, I even heard that was part of what some people thought was suspicious, that like she knows like she's a wanted criminal in the U.S. Why would she ever logically just be chilling there? Like, it doesn't.
The funniest fucking thing is like she was consistently served lawsuits, and her lawyers were like, "Nah,
just
seriously,
we'll take the option."
Yeah.
No, thanks.
I didn't know you could. I don't think you can actually do that. Yeah. But like, yeah, it was essentially. Yeah, it was essentially like she was never around to be served, but like they just never responded to the lawsuits or some bullshit. It was like fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. That whole thing. There's some days where it's like, I want to know how deep it goes, and then there's other days where I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I want to stay innocent.
I was laughing to myself. There's like a joke I've been trying to. I don't know how to work it, but like the premise of it is, it's like, what is it with white dudes? And as soon as they get rich, they gotta fuck kids. You never see black dudes do that.
Yeah.
You know, they ball out. They buy chains. They buy Bentleys. They ball out their friends. Their friends' kids ball out. You know what I mean? But like, fuck, why is white dudes always the ones.
Yeah,
It's never. It's always a bunch of old ass crackers that they like. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not an appropriate joke, but I'm sorry for bringing it up on your podcast.
No.
But
Yeah, floating material
Yeah,
on the
just
long and hard
material.
podcast.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
good, man. No, I frankly, I'm of the mind that nothing is off limit in comedy. So
no, and
So,
like
I'd agree.
like, there shouldn't be a line, and
No.
like it's watching these comedians getting axed and doxxed by these.
yeah,
I would consider like D grade, maybe even like J grade level fucking comedians.
Yeah.
is just pathetic. Like these, like you know what I mean? It's like almost you're watching somebody try and claw at them to bring them down to go overpass them, and just be like, "Oh, I'm so woke."
Yeah.
Like how many?
Oh, yeah.
There's so many of them that have came out and been like, I can't believe you would say something. And then you go back 6 years in their Twitter feed and they're making gay jokes or they're making
Yeah.
black jokes or
Yeah.
Jewish jokes. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, shut the fuck up.
yeah, man. It's even with the internet too. It's like nothing is. Everything's forever. So yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like, do we just
Yeah.
cancel everybody? Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Or-
Man,
if we're
like-
all brought back down to zero, then it never happened. I don't know.
If I get any sort of like big fame, you might as well just string me up. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
You dig up some old tweets, I'm done. There's some. I've
Yeah.
probably tweeted some horrible shit back in the day, but I'm too lazy
Yeah.
to go back
Oh.
and delete it.
But it's
Yeah.
also like, man, like we're the generation that grew up watching South Park. Those are the jokes we made, you know.
Oh yeah.
Chappelle Show, you know what I mean? Like,
you know, when I was playing MW 2 on my Xbox 360, I said some horrendous things in party chats, right? But it's how we
the
talk.
N-word was like hello.
yeah, and it's like, you know,
That's what you opened with.
yeah, and things have changed, and you know what? Maybe teach kids not to say that anymore, and why
Yeah.
it's bad to say it. But like,
Yeah.
it's just what you did. Was it right? Maybe not. But like,
You also
Holy
had
fuck.
like an understanding of like that. Was it
yes,
right?
yes.
No, probably not. But
Yeah.
it was like you went there. Everybody knew. Like when you went into that, like the chat room? What is it
Yeah.
called?
Oh, yeah.
You knew what
What was
go-
coming.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
like the context of it was
Yeah,
just. It was
exactly.
there. You knew it was like. Oh, I had a shitty day. I know what I'm gonna do. Boop. Fire up the Xbox. Talk some shit.
Yeah,
like get it off
exactly.
my.
Talk about how hot your mom is, but
Yeah.
Well, and it's
yeah,
also
yeah.
like any of
banging
those
mom
where
jokes.
like, or even, you know, like calling your friends gay or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you never really used it in like the true meaning of what that word actually
Nah.
means, sort of
No.
thing. Like, I would never, like, you know, if I'm calling my dumb friends names, I would never call that to an actual person, like saying retard or anything like that, you know?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's people. It's you're seeing like people poke their nose in conversations that like we would have without microphones. Like it's
Yeah.
being in public or wherever it may
Yeah.
be. The context is everything. Oh, you know. Oh, dude, that's gay. Oh, and then somebody gets offended because you're roasting your buddy, and it's like, man, I don't need you to be offended for me. And maybe it does hurt your feelings, maybe it
Yeah.
doesn't. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's such a weird.
Yeah,
time.
it is really fucking weird. And also, like, there's people that are famous now that, like, 5 years ago, they were 14 years old or something, right?
Yeah.
And then they're getting doxxed for, like, what they said
Good
at,
point.
at the
Yeah.
age of 14. And
Which
it's
is
like,
insane.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
You're
You don't
not
know
even
who you
a.
are. Like,
You know,
you're not a person, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you're not even a functioning adult at 18. Like when like
Yeah,
when you were
yeah.
18, did you look? You're like now looking at yourself, you'd be like, "Wow, I was doing really
I had
good."
it together. Yeah.
No, God,
Yeah.
no. You barely could make your own rent because you thought it was great to get shit faced every weekend.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
there was some girl the other day. This was a while back, but she was like, "I'm so sorry for what I said when I was 14." Like,
It's ridiculous.
it's so
like,
ridiculous.
yeah. I know I did see a tweet out there that was like, it was some SJW proposing this of like, it was along the lines of like, have every conversation with the understanding or premise that it may be recorded. And someone's like, That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, how do you build a relationship with literally anyone if you're speaking like a politician all the time? Like, what? Like, that makes no sense.
On my first day, listen, I'm going to air this out, all right? I got commitment issues. I am very bad at committing to a relationship. I'll probably cheat at about probably 4 or 5 months into this. And, like, I'm giving this all out. I also was caught on tape saying the N-word, just so you know. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, man. Like,
yeah, man, it's pretty fucking crazy. And then, frankly, if one of my friends came up to me and was like, "Hey, you crossed the line with that one," I'd be like, "Get fucked, Tim." Like,
who are you?
Yeah.
I watched you shoot a fucking sparkler out of your ass when we were like, when we were drunk when we were 23.
Yeah.
You have no wiggle room here to try and play this shit on me.
So true, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I felt like there was kind of a like wokeness and PC-ness kind of died down a little bit, and then it obviously trajected recently, but it almost like bounced back extremely quick as well. Like, it was like a few weeks of like big time wokeness, and then it all kind of comes from the comedians and podcasters, in my opinion, of being like, wait a minute, this is kind of stupid, right? Like, I don't know, it was kind of a weird, like, it was a cycle that I had noticed before, but it rebounded much quicker. I don't know, does that make any sense?
Like it was in your face, being like, nothing made me laugh harder when like the Black Lives Matter protests were going on and white women were telling white people how to protest at a black protest, man. It's like, dude, who the fuck are you? Shut the fuck up. I watched you yell in a drive-through at Tim Hortons at Filipinos because your fucking coffee wasn't right. You can shut the fuck up. Like, and it was always the people that were like trying so hard to be great online. And it's like, you were snorting coke in the Canadian Brewhouse bathroom last weekend, and I know that for a fact. You are just as low as I am. You're scum. You're just like me. You're scum. Yeah. Like, you have no room to talk. You're an idiot. And these are the people shoveling it down. It's
absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
I kind of read like 90% of what people do is kind of projecting, right? Like projecting their own thoughts onto others. So to me, with a lot of the SJW stuff, like the most vocal are often the most guilty, in my opinion. And there's a lot of celebrity ones where that's been proven 100% very true, right? So
it's like even our prime minister, you know what I mean? So progressive and all this.
You were liking that too, the blackface thing.
Dude, when he got popped for blackface, and they're like, well, how many times have you done it? And you could just see him beating up me like, probably 3 times. Yeah, probably about 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? He's just dancing around that and being like, fuck me. Oh, no, this is not good.
The funniest fucking thing was when somebody painted blackface on the Pierre Trudeau statue or whatever. And then the police, there's a police officer getting interviewed, and some fucking idiot journalist is like, "Are you going to be investigating this as a hate crime?" And he almost like, you could see him like physically try to hold back a laugh. He's like, "Well, we might be, but like, I don't know." It was phenomenal, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So does that apply to your little ringleader too? You know what I mean? Do you mind if I hit
Go for it. No, go for it. Okay. The fucking thing that makes me most amazed is there's photos of like white people in the States yelling at black police officers. That's my favorite thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. They're just like going all out at this like black police officer who's just standing there like super calm, and it's like, do you look in the mirror sometimes? You know?
Like, are we living in like some sort of simulation right now? Like, I feel I am waiting for Ashton Kutcher's punk ass to jump up and be like, "Prank, we got you, 2020. We got you with the Batwing soup. We got you with the woke culture. We got white people yelling at black people over Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But
like, sorry for inciting a race war. This is MTV's fault.
We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
That'll be funny.
When the Civil War pops off.
Yeah. Fucking.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, but you can't leave your house, but you can go to protests.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sporting events are canceled, but not gatherings of 15,000 people elsewhere.
Yeah.
That was a weird one. Yeah.
I
That
just
was a
don't
weird one.
understand it.
Yeah.
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 Like it, noble as a cause may be, like I'm not making that argument, but why was no one like, hang on, we just shut down the fucking world.
Yeah.
So you couldn't gather in groups.
Yeah.
Right?
And now we're doing, like, I don't know. It was,
Yeah.
but you would get canceled for being like, hey, this is a serious health concern. You shouldn't do it.
Oh, I know.
Yada, yada, yada,
it's such
right?
a they've made it such a touchy subject to talk to or talk about. Sorry, that
Yeah.
it's just you can't say fuck all.
Yeah,
allegedly.
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's I don't know.
Protesting is great, but like when looting gets involved, it's kind of like,
Well, again, going back, there'd be videos of like white people running around looting at those protests, and it's
Yeah.
like you obviously don't give a shit. You want
No,
to,
man.
Yeah.
And
to
it's
steal shoes or whatever.
it's
So
kind of depressing to watch.
It
Like,
really is.
It was like I know I'm a heartless bastard at times, but like my God, I was watching that and there's like people in the streets yelling, being like, "Thanks for fucking ruining." The best video I seen was like some OG Crip in Long Beach caught this white boy met with like I don't know 5'4" white boy with a skateboard and spray paint and all of a sudden this guy comes rolling up on him. And he was just like, this kid is shitting his pants. He's got this OG from like, Long Beach Crips that's like, what the fuck you doing in my hood? And like, oh fuck, this was a horrible idea. The video cut off. I don't know if that kid got the shit kicked out of him, but I hope he did.
Yeah, man. It's such a weird. I don't know. It's such a weird time that we live in. 2020 has been the biggest
trip.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, the biggest trip.
It's been just the highest anxiety you could possibly put on human existence, it seems like.
It really, really, really has. And even we were talking about this last week, and I listened. So today there's a new Joe Rogan with the two guys who like produced the Bob Lazar movie, and they were going like hard on alien stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah. A few months ago, the Pentagon confirmed all this UFO stuff, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Anyways,
Yeah, right on. Where's
push-up
my Trump
challenge,
bucks?
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Trump bucks.
Yeah, where's my Trump money?
Yeah,
Is that the $1,200 that
Yeah,
they
$1,200
gave everyone?
bucks, yeah.
Yeah, like it's fucking insane. They're just like, yeah. Oh, by the way, extraterrestrials are real. I don't give a fuck. All right, release the murder hornets. Fuck them.
Yeah, yeah, that one didn't work. Yeah.
Phase 2,
All
Yeah,
right, let's
yeah,
try this
exactly.
one. No, they're
Phase
not buying that.
3,
All right, let's
race war.
Yeah. Do you remember on Austin Powers when they're like talking about what they're gonna do and be like, "We'll put laser beams on Shark's head,"
Yeah.
and they're like, and he keeps interrupting him. Well, why don't we do what we always do? Just get a nuclear warhead and
Yeah.
hold the world hostage.
Yeah.
It's like that's like the final plan is the race war.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll just do what we always do. Have them fight amongst color.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though like 98% of the population clearly doesn't give a shit. They're like,
No.
yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? I got black friends, brown, Asian, and
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
No.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Nope. Don't matter about color. It's just about character, man.
Yeah, man, and then, like that's like the biggest thing.
Mhm.
It's I don't know. It's so strange that we have to still like talk about it. You know what I mean? And like
I mean, it's like I don't. Do we? Like that's the thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like you got like this. It's the dumbest people are the loudest.
Yeah.
Whether it's on the left or the right, it's
Yeah.
always the loudest.
Yeah.
And like that speaks for myself at times too. Like, but I acknowledge that I'm a moron. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fix any. I'm not curing cancer. I'm just sheer entertainment, and that's all I want to do. But like to have people scream one ideology, and then have them scream the other back and forth, it's doing no good. When everybody in the middle is just like, dude, can we just shoot both of them? Both of them? Let's shoot the Nazis and the Antifa, and
Yeah.
then that'll just shut them all the fuck up, and we'll just be happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like I'm just trying to feed my family right now.
Word.
You
True,
know?
true. Well, like you said, 98% of people are like vaguely the same.
Yeah,
right?
man.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's finding common ground, and like that's like when you're out, you usually find something common that you can
Yeah.
talk about. Whether like
Yeah.
I'm a huge hip hop guy. So like, you know, if you like hip hop, I love. We end up talking about that, or like old wrestling and all, like whatever
Exactly.
it is,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
football, hockey. There's
Mhm.
always something of interest that you'll find with somebody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's what you.
And-
Like,
Oh, sorry.
oh no,
kinda
I was
interrupted.
just gonna say like that's usually what leads into like hilarious conversations with a random stranger all the time.
Exactly.
Super true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that even goes back to what guys were saying about the Twitter thing, and people speak differently in person than on Twitter. Because
Yeah.
on Twitter, you'll be like, "Oh my God, you're such a piece of shit. You're so this, this, and this." But in person, they might just be like, "Hey, like, so why do you think that?" And then talk to you like we're talking right now, kind of thing.
Just
right?
a total introvert that like, oh,
Yeah,
they
exactly,
feels
exactly.
powerful in their bedroom with a cell phone,
Yeah.
which wouldn't say fucking shit if they were in
Yeah.
this situation
Exactly.
talking.
Exactly.
Like,
And I think people are less confrontational in person than on the internet because
Maybe it's because we live in Canada. you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
We're too polite.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, because we don't have that shit here, you know?
No, and I hate when it starts to like filter into us because we're
Yeah.
like, what, dude, walk around like,
Yeah.
fuck, man, like the black dude's here, the brown dude's here, the white guy's here, or whatever. Fucking, they're pretty much we battle a fucking -50 winter. Like, we got bigger shit on our mind, like fuck,
Yeah.
not freezing to death,
Yeah.
rather than fighting with this guy over the fact that he's brown. I
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I just think it's hilarious because like 20 years ago, that country was so united over September 11th, and
yeah,
it's like that's how you unite a country, and I guess this is how you tear it apart.
yeah. It's just like there's so much there, and like with the conspiracy theories, and then you have like, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a racist people, and then there's like, and now everybody feels like their voice is worth something. It's
Yeah.
like this social currency needs to be.
I think that's what the biggest mistake of the internet is, that everybody's voice supposedly matters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Dude, if I died tomorrow, nobody's gonna give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's too bad. I liked his YouTube channel. Yeah. It's a shame that he's dead. I hope
Yeah.
somebody's still gonna post those stupid videos on his Instagram page. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the next guy on the recommended here?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, there's plenty of morons like me probably in line that fucking gladly take over what I'm doing. Yeah, like I'm easily replaceable.
That's true too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I'm some
Same for everyone, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's like fucking. What was I was talking to somebody about that too. It's just like, it's like when people are bitching about jobs and shit like that. It's like, man, we're fucking like anybody can do this.
Mm.
There's the next guy in line. Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like.
Hmm.
I'm kind of explaining that shitty. I can't remember the whole context of the conversation, but
Yeah, still. Well, it's almost like, to go kind of meta with it, like everything and matters and nothing matters, and they are both equally true, right?
Yeah.
So like there's kind of like a bit of peace you can take in that, knowing that we're highly sentient apes on a rock hurtling through fucking space. Who the fuck cares? Right?
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, man. And like our problems now are like so crazy to me. Like the fact that we're, you know, 800 years ago, you know, there's like famine, that like the dirty 30s. Imagine going through the dirty 30s. Like that, like, oh man, take someone now and put them in that era. They wouldn't know what the fuck to do, man.
They
They'd be
wouldn't
like,
make it.
Oh, what do you mean there's no Wi-Fi at the saloon?
yeah,
So true, man. Yeah, it's I
it's
don't
all
know.
relative, I guess.
It is.
kinda
It is all
sad.
relative.
It's kind of sad because like this is like the best era that we can possibly be in. You know what I mean? Like
It's literally, yeah, it's the best we've ever had it. you know?
100%. Like
So-
our medical industry is just like, dude, you could get the measles and it's here you go, gone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're trying to attack a virus that suddenly popped up, and you have like research going on trying to take this thing down
Yeah.
instantly. As soon as it popped up, boom, we got researchers on it.
Yeah.
And like people that are fucking 10 times smarter than I'll ever be.
Yeah.
And then all we had to do was sit our fat asses on a couch, smoke weed, and order skip the dishes. And we still fucking complained.
Yeah. It's all perspective, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like we don't have it that bad. And like my
No.
sister was so worried. And she's like, oh, what if I don't make rent? I was like, who gives a fuck? Why do you care? What if they shut off the internet? Again, who fucking cares? Walk to McDonald's. Sit in your fucking car if you want to play on Instagram. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
It's not that bad.
Lots of free Wi-Fi.
You have running water in a fucking house. What more do you need? Like,
no. Yeah, there's definitely a safety net here. You'll be okay.
It really
you're
is.
gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And like this, like that I don't know, depression and anxiety seems like a tool for attention rather than a problem now. Is what it, like, you
well,
notice
it becomes
that,
like a contest of like who's the most depressed, who's the most anxious, who has the most back pain, like whatever the fuck. Like it's kind of a one-upsmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like it seemed like our father's generation were like those macho kind of like, fuck you, I'm doing good. My back is broken, but I'll carry a pipe 9 miles. And now it's like, oh, well, I got a hangnail. Oh. It's just, it's such a weird society now.
Yeah.
And like, we have the best, but people still complain.
Yeah.
And like, it almost makes it easier if you have an ounce of ambition too. I find, like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think it's pretty easy if you have that, even just that sliver of like, go get it.
Like even the slightest amount of drive, even like, you know, no matter if you're born into a wealthy family or wherever you're at, it seems like anybody who gives a fuck to go somewhere has almost a leg up on a lot of like most of the other people.
So
absolutely. Like even as like kind of the mindset of, I'll just figure it out, right? Like it doesn't matter if I don't make my rent, I guess I'll figure it out. I'll do something, right? So it's one foot in front of the other kind of thing.
100%. Like even like last year, I was going through like quite a bit of problems, like just in my personal life and a little bit of business too. Like it wasn't quite where I wanted to be financially, and I was taking a hit there. And then like my girlfriend and I broke up, so it was just like a plethora of like shit being thrown at me. But I just like, it was probably the most depressed I've ever been, but mentally it sucked and was shitty to deal with. But at the same time, I was just like, look, man, every day you chip away at it, you're getting a step further to where you want to be. And like, sure, you're in a pile of debt right now and you don't want to be there, but like, I look back a year from today, and like we overcame all of that debt. We you know, even mentally, you know, it sucks getting over a relationship that you have with someone for 4.5 years, and you think like you see future with them, and then it goes away, and it's just like, holy fuck, I'm pretty lost right now, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And then I stopped drinking. Well, I was using coke a lot. Like I was heavily on cocaine in that time to try and like, I thought I could just mask that pain rather than taking it on just head on and deal with those emotions and get over it. So I was doing a lot of blow, and just finally one day, I don't know what it was. It was after a hard bender. It was after a hard bender, and
it always is.
And I'm laying on my couch in like a cold sweat. I'm fucking heavily depressed after, you know, a gnarly coke low, and it just kind of like hit, and it was like, man, is this what you want? And it just kind of fucking hit me, and I'm like, man, like, shape up. And like, haven't touched it. Actually, it was a year last weekend. I haven't done no drugs.
Nice. Congrats, man.
I don't. I maybe eat a weed gummy if I want to watch a stand-up special, but to me, it's legal here. It's not a drug.
Exactly.
I don't abuse it. I do it for recreation when I want. And even booze, like I barely drink now. It's like a few beers here and there, and like I put a lot of things into perspective of like, I really wanted. Something I've always wanted to do is like get into stand-up comedy and really
you were mentioning last time.
And I spend a lot of time writing now. I right now I don't even have internet at my house, so I spend time reading and just writing a lot, and try and stay off my phone as soon as I'm out of the office, and just unplug from that world and dive in a little more of what I like. My free time now is like, I took a side hustle, turned it into a business, and now I'm taking another kind of like hobby and trying to turn that into a side hustle, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. What's that?
Like the stand-up comedy.
Stand-up, okay.
And like writing a little more comedy. Even like just writing in general. Like blogging. And I sit down, I got notepads for days of just like some of the jokes are horrible.
Yeah.
But it's just like getting in that routine of
Absolutely.
writing and like taking an hour and like just reading more and trying to educate myself a little more on like where comedy came from, about like anything comedy, or I'll just like watch a special and like dissect it as best as I possibly can. Yeah, so I've been like spending more time on that.
Nice, man. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
So you go no phone, no internet at home, like at all?
I don't have the internet at home right now.
Yeah.
But I do have my phone if I want to look something up.
Sure,
Like,
right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I do catch myself on Instagram for
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
whatever, you know, you get sitting on the shitter for too long, you know.
It's gonna happen. Yeah,
man.
You can only read the Febreze ingredients so many times.
Yeah,
but,
it's not 2001 anymore, and I'm not about to be a caveman again, man.
You're not the only person that I know that does that though. No internet.
Oh, for real?
At home. Yeah. Yeah. It's
I like that.
yeah.
Fuck. I wish. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think everyone can make the argument that like, oh, I can't do that for work, so maybe it's time to reevaluate my own excuses here. But even so,
it's actually kind of nice, man. Like some days I'll just like kick it on the couch and just kind of lay there. It kind of forces you to like entertain yourself again and like use your imagination and like gets your creativity going. I found
Big
a little
time.
bit. Yeah.
I'd believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
So
long
that
have you
makes
been doing it
complete
for?
sense.
Probably about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Nice.
like even prior to that, like I was spending a lot of time I just found myself not using the internet, or I would just like I'd have a podcast on while I'm dicking around, but then I got rid of the podcast in the background, just kind of like get my mind going, or thinking of like funny shit, like trying to think of things, like instead of like engaging in my phone, think of like things and interactions or like stuff I find funny, and can I make that into a skit? Can I make that into like a stand-up bit, or like I don't know, even just creating things or thinking of new clothing design, or just spending that time doing that.
Nice.
I kind of went on a long rant there.
No,
Sorry.
that's awesome.
That was good. That was
Yeah.
real good.
Because I know that clubs are starting to reopen for that stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put my name in for an open mic here, so we'll see. I've got enough material that I could probably find some
nice.
to chisel away and see what works for me.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I did one prior to the pandemic hitting, and like I came out way too fast. My jokes were way too like in your face, and it's just like, okay, maybe let's not go there. We'll put that over there, and let's just try and figure out what's funny.
Toes in the water, and then bring that out maybe in the middle or something.
Feel the room first.
Yeah, no, like the first joke I came out with was it was horrible. Like Tabor, I said that Tabor's known for two things, and the one guy's like, our corn, yeah, and I was like, yeah, there's always one retard that says that, and it was like, great, you insulted the crowd right off the get-go. Way to fucking try and win him over. And then,
get him.
yeah, he's gonna like that.
Yeah.
You idiot. And then the second piece was a joke. There was a school shooting in our town, and part of the joke was like that, and like how it was the pastor's son got shot.
Okay.
And how it's weird how God works in mysterious ways was like the punchline, and the room was dead silent. It was not good. I was like, okay, maybe that joke doesn't work well. Like, okay.
Fuck,
At that point, I don't even think it's a joke. It's just like I'm trying to be so vulgar and so in your face that you're just like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, shock value. I guess. But,
I tried doing shock humor without really just sticking to basic comedy.
Yeah.
It's good to know that now.
Absolutely. Well, you don't
Learning
know until you
experiences.
get up there and fuck. It takes some serious balls to get on stage and do just a cold 5 minutes or whatever they let you do.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Yeah.
That was the most nervous thing. Like, because usually when we'd go and do our events, and by the time they hand me a mic, I was so shit-faced or high on something that I would just be like in the mic, yelling nonsense, just saying whatever came to my mind, and whether it was funny or not, I don't know. I don't even know what I was saying half the time, so it's like good to like clean up my behavior a little bit in that sense.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, damn. What? Yeah, because did you do like you did open mics a few times, or?
I did 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 2 before, and then I've got my name in for a few here in the city, so hopefully I can get in on a couple more open mics because now the clubs are open. So
exactly.
Yeah, the scene here is, well, before the pandemic at least, it's popping.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, there's a lot of rooms that you can go work, and especially with the comic strip right here, you know, you never know. Your opportunities are definitely bigger here, I think, than anywhere in Alberta.
Definitely. And I know like Rick Bronson from the comic strip is very much like a comic or whatever. So my understanding is they try to create as much opportunity as possible. And I don't know.
Cool.
I've heard him mention. I've heard Joe Rogan say, "Oh, Rick Bronson, he's a great dude." Blah 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 blah. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of a unique thing Edmonton has. So
yeah. And there's always like so many great acts that come through, and you know maybe that opportunity, that door does open, or I get to open for somebody, or
exactly.
You know, or
you never know, right?
Get to turn that into something.
Yeah.
I'm not really banking on it. This is just kind of like something I've always wanted to do, and I said like I'm giving myself 5 years, and if I don't get like, even if I don't go anywhere with it, it'll still be something I want to do. And like before I quit, I want like one paid gig. Yeah, that's
nice.
Keep going with the internet stuff, because I think that's like the door today for sure.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Are you a Andrew Schultz fan?
Huge.
Oh yeah, that guy's my hero. He's literally like, he's hilarious for one, but he's such a smart marketer. Like, he's actually brilliant.
What he's doing right now by like with the Tonight shows and everything now, and he's doing his own kind of like, and he's staying so down the middle and attacking everybody. He's so brilliant, and like the writing on it is so funny.
Yeah,
like,
it is very good. Yeah.
And even his rants, now that you say that, they are almost similar to the Tonight Show, of like how it's him with the like picture in picture. He'll have a little picture of what he's talking about or whatever, and
and it's well written.
Exactly.
That's the cool thing about it, is like now you don't have NBC over your shoulder being like, well, we need more Trump jokes in there. You need to attack Trump a little more. You know, like these guys are now open to their own creativity. And it's like even when Rogan was kind of talking about it, like with they would never ever go to a network because then you have 9-10 people sitting there telling, you can't talk about, you can't say that, can't say this, can't say that.
Yeah.
And then your episodes are like, now there's like 20 fucking kids with clipboards just standing there watching it, who are like assistants or whatever, right? And like
when a show like that just needs pretty much 2 people.
Yeah,
Joe and Jamie,
literally,
right there.
Literally, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's interesting how that kind of dynamic of the world is changing. And even you know, I mean, we're a smaller show, obviously, but like for us, you as well, you're a bigger example, but just you can just start it tomorrow kind of thing, and it's what you make of it, right?
100%. Like you just don't know what's behind it. It's crazy. It's like I just thought it was funny to be the dummy redneck typical oil field guy ranting in a field. I just thought it was funny, and then like it just went
off, right?
And like now we just kind of think funny shit and go
from there.
Like dude humor, I guess. Like, I don't know, it's like that blue collar kind of style humor.
Oh, absolutely.
Not everybody's gonna like it, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of like an Albertan humor as well, I would say. For sure, right? So
big time.
Yeah.
It's a good,
It'll fly well here for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
like
you know your demos for sure. So yeah. No, but I like what you said, where you said, you know, I'm gonna give myself 5 years to do this sort of thing. I think that like it's good to give I think we're so like instant gratification.
100%.
It's good to like think in longer time horizons, and this is even something I have to kind of work on personally with, like, you know, my work and stuff, because you get so caught up in the day-to-day, or you're like, oh, I just need to make a buck, or, you know, I want to make X dollars next year, but you don't really think beyond that. Like, it's almost hard to make real, but I don't know. I think it's good to set like a realistic goal, but unrealistic, but like also tell yourself this is going to take some amount of time. Like, I have to be committed. And, you know, even for me, and like something like this, it's like, think, okay, well, if we keep doing this every single week for 8 more years, like,
we'll be pretty
something
good.
will happen.
Yeah.
Will we be signing $100 million deals for Spotify? I doubt it.
Probably.
Obviously. But even so, it's like, just imagine where it can, like, go, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you that's the cool thing is like you just don't know.
Yeah.
And like the staying persistent and adamant on it makes a huge difference because like even like one of my buddies, he started an Instagram page and it caught a little heat for a minute there, but then it died off and he's like, "Oh, I just gave up." I'm like, I was like, "How long were you doing this?" He's like, 6 months, and I got a page up to like 2,300 people. I was like, "That's still pretty good, man." Like, we've been doing this for three years in some change, and we just got over 117,000 on Instagram. So it's like you can't just think that you're gonna get there overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Some people it does. You get lucky and like you have like the what's that Catch Me Outside girl's name?
Oh,
yeah, I know
Bad
what you're
Baby
talking
or
about.
whatever.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah. You have those of the world, but
Yeah.
like it's gonna happen from time to time, but like it's not gonna happen to everybody.
No, definitely not.
No.
Yeah, I agree with you with the instant gratification. It's just like even when you post something to Instagram and it's like, oh, why isn't this getting enough likes? And like once you take that away and you just keep putting the content out, and I just like, and it's good. Like I've started not looking at comments and not looking at what the likes are. I'll check analytics to see what video maybe is doing a little better, or you know, is this helping the podcast? If this clip, what clip is doing better?
Okay.
But when it comes down to like that, how many likes or shares or whatever, I don't really take that personal.
Yeah. I've even, and kind of the equal but opposite of that is there's been stuff where I've been like, let's say hesitant to post it or like wanted to make it just right. You post it, it does well, and then you're like, okay, now what, right? Like like the machine keeps moving kind of thing too, right? You can't overthink it.
Yeah. You got to do it also in one take too, because there's those people that, you know, like for the Instagram stories or whatever, and they'll do like 7 or 8 takes. It's like, no, just do it off the first one and like just
let it fly.
Exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
Let it fly.
Yeah. You got to be fine with not being not having it perfect, right?
Yeah, like sometimes that's like there's videos where we put like hours into and like shot it beautiful, and that video gets 2,000 views, and then I go and do something stupid with a fucking filter on me pretending I'm Count Dracula or something like that, and it just gets 3-4 million, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like you're never gonna figure it out. And like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a weird like culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that meme culture, everything. You just don't know what's gonna take what's gonna take off. I meant to say.
Yeah, you gotta spark the ADD of people.
Yeah, it's like the quick hitters are sometimes those are the ones that like do the best, and like sometimes you get like a video that will crush that's 8 minutes long because you're just hammering punchlines in it, and like it's weird. Or even like probably with you guys, you post a lot of clips of your show, right? Yeah, it's even like the talking points and shit. It's
exactly. Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to like pick what to post, or I'm a little behind schedule on them currently, but and I don't know, it happens. Or some like even little shit where like for us specifically, like a clip where I'm kind of putting it together, I'm like, fuck, I guess this is something I can put out there, and then someone, even like one person will be like, oh damn, I really like this or whatever, like comment or message us or anything like that. So I don't know, wholesome little moments like that too, right? So
yeah,
I don't know, you never know what, like there's so much content out there, but you just kind of have to contribute to the abyss as much as possible.
It is.
Right?
It's just like, man, it's shooting in the dark all day long and hoping for the best, I guess to say. It's like the internet is a strange game to get into, and once you're in, it's just a fucking sinkhole.
Once you're in, you're in. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun, but
well, I think you can't take it too seriously.
No,
either.
Definitely
man.
not.
No. And the moments that I was like when I hated it the most is like when I was kind of leaning into like that social justice kind of, you know what I mean? Like conservative points, and like people are looking for you as their megaphone to be like, talk about this. And then I would.
Oh,
and
really?
Like,
Interesting.
yeah. And then that's when I was probably the most miserable with it. And like, I was like, man, this isn't fucking me. I don't give a shit about any of this. Like, I don't care about fucking, I like what mayor of your hometown is saying. Like, I don't care. Why am I talking about this?
Yeah, that would
really?
be tough. That would be tough.
Yeah.
So did you get people kind of like approaching you for that sort of thing specifically?
Yeah,
or
it would be like, hey, in New Brunswick, this has happened. It's like, do I look like I've been to fucking New Brunswick or give a fuck about New Brunswick? I don't, man. Like,
right. Gotcha.
I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, but like, at that time, I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like kind of try and dig in and like go and read about it, and try and dig up points. And like, I'm not a fucking reporter.
You're not fucking Rick Mercer, bro.
No, I'm not, and I'm everything but like not that isn't him. Like I don't care about that shit. Like and same with like in a city where I grew up, there was like a safe injection site, and then like a lot of people from where I grew up were, hey man, fucking you got to talk about this, it's getting bad. And then I'm like, well, yeah, it's my home city. I've lived there for 5-6 years in my life. I probably should say something. And then looking back, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, does it suck? Yeah, I'd hate to have junkies running around my street too, but I don't have it.
Yeah.
Fucking move.
Yeah. I guess you gotta just like stay true to like what brought you there and like who you are, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
and like that, I think that's like the best thing you could possibly do. Like even, you know, pretending something you're not, it's like obviously the worst you can pretty much do when it comes to all this, because like you're like that account you were talking about, where they're just exposing guys, and then like all of a sudden it comes out and like, well, did you know in 2018 Uncle Hack was just a cokehead? You know what I mean? As he's trying to be a political justice warrior. It's like, man, like, look in the fucking mirror, buddy. Like, Jesus Christ. You think you're somebody out here fucking reporting on all this stuff? When you're part of the problem. If they were chalking up fatties at that goddamn safe injection site, you'd be right beside them, you fucking lunatic. Like, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think even like, and this goes back to the earlier conversation, but if your like brand is very clearly, like, as long as you're not something you're not, you can't really get canceled, right? You know, it's more when it's like, let's call it a bait and switch sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like I know, like the kind of a controversial one, but a big one was Aziz Ansari or whatever.
Okay.
Because he was like so vocally like a feminist or whatever. And then he was kind of just a fuckboy on dates, is more or less what it came out to, right? All things aside. So it was kind of like, it's kind of when you like, in secret are different than your brand, then people will be like, oh, cancel this guy. But if you're pretty open about it, or like not even open about it, like if it, like for you, you're generally fairly conservative from your videos, but no one can ever be like, oh my God, Uncle Hack's a conservative. It'll be like, yeah, I fucking know, right?
Exactly. If the shoe fits, eh?
You got me.
Hit me right where it hurts.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know, you kind of got to be transparent with that part of your brand, right? You know?
I think people can see right through it now. Like, I think people are getting a lot more in tune to it too, and they can see that. Like, that guy rented that fucking Lambo,
right?
You know?
Yeah. Like,
or that one video of all those out of work actors, like Jesse from Breaking Bad was like the first one, where it's black and white, and they're like,
fuck off.
I was listening
to do next time I hear something. I'll stand up.
I was listening to a video or a podcast rather, making fun of that video, and they were doing just that because they're like, why is he talking so intense? It's like, I can't stand for it anymore. Like, are you Batman? Where's the trigger? But it's like, it was literally like, everyone had the same, no one was like, wow, this video has solved racism. It was like, who the fuck are these people? I don't know who any of these actors are. But
the only person I knew who that was.
That's probably why they put him first, so people would be like, oh, it's Jesse from Breaking Bad, but then...
And that's how you don't even know his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Paul?
Aaron Paul,
yeah. But yeah, you think Jesse from Breaking Bad, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
What was that movie that wasn't Fast and the Furious, but was kind of Fast and the Furious, but he was in it?
Tokyo Drift?
No. Kind. Fuck. He was, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Some sort of driving movie.
Yeah, it was that he was in that
was it
too.
like Gone in 60 Seconds?
Something like
With
that.
like Nick Cage and
Fuck.
shit?
No, definitely not, because that actually was a half decent movie. But
was it in like London or something like that?
could be.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was in that too, but his biggest fucking part was being Jesse Pinkman and saying bitch all the time. Yeah.
Bitch. A little bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah. They,
I'm looking up the movie.
It's
the suspense.
I know.
Yeah, right?
But I
Aaron
don't want
Paul
a tangent before you find
driving
it out.
movie. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you said Nick Cage. Never mind. I was thinking
He was actually Need for Speed.
Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that
okay.
based off the video game Need for Speed?
I guess so.
Maybe.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. But anyway. He was in that.
Who's the Wild and Out guy? Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
He just got in trouble for something.
He got in a lot of trouble.
For anti-Semitism remarks.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, it's just a joke. And like, I love how everybody was like, but yeah, I think the only worst part about this was you thinking you're a comedian.
yeah. They, yeah. He's
like,
kind of a funny
NBC
one.
canceled him and everything.
Yeah, he got
Like,
fired from his contracts or whatever.
From fucking
Something
America's
called-
Got Talent.
Yeah.
He was the host on that, and he got fired.
He actually had a lot going on, but he's a guy who's very like tied to mainstream stuff, so they can just cut your contracts and deals and whatever immediately.
Boo fucking. I would probably just be like, thank God, now I can go and just like
Make
clap
my own.
Mariah's cheeks for a couple weeks. I'm fucking all good. I give a fuck. Give me my money. I'm going to hang out with my fucking babe. Yeah. You think I give a shit? Cancel me. Now I can chill out. I'm not going to pretend to like this shit no more.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'd love it.
too,
Could you
actually.
imagine he just comes out and he's just like, you know what? Now that I'm canceled, I'm going to let my thoughts out. And it's just everything is just so racist.
But I think that's what somebody needs to do, is
Just
get
come-
canceled and just be like,
And just be like, you
Fuck
know
it.
what?
Yeah.
here's my thoughts on everything.
Yeah,
You
this
know?
is what I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. That would be funny.
I will go through a list of countries alphabetically and tell you what I think of the people from them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Of each one.
And Mel Gibson is a pedophile.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess, didn't he make a bunch of fucking...
Yeah, I think Mel Gibson is literally the not pedophile of that whole thing. I think he's the one that's like...
He's the one really against it and
Yeah.
trying to speak out. Him and
Oh, really?
actually Ashton Kutcher, too.
Yeah.
They're
Really? I
like
didn't-
actively going after these
like,
people.
like currently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And Mel
Yeah.
Gibson actually always has been kind of like almost anti-Hollywood. It's kind of interesting.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to look at. But I'm banking on Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia is the one to do it.
Come out and just start shitting on
Yeah.
all these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got canceled,
fuck
so
it.
we'll
Yeah,
see
he
what
got-
happens.
Yeah, and was all that true? Did
So
they come out and say it was true?
it's actually been pretty much proven not true in terms of like like he never had sex with any underage girls according to his lawyers, and then any of the girls who were underage at the time of messages, he either shut that shit down, or there was one he was messaging who they had a picture together in a club, and she's like a comedy club, so you have to be 18 to get in. So again, he shut that shit down, but also could prove she was in a bar, and so I logically can assume her age or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
So it looks pretty bad. I mean, it's going to be a hard one to recover from, but it's also something where like the accusations came out. He has so far basically definitively proved they're not true, but there's no like canceling the counselors of being like why is like a false accusation not a equally bad thing?
Yeah,
right.
I think he's gonna
So,
clap back. Like I do think that
They're
he's
waiting on
yeah,
it, hey?
Yeah.
Are you do you follow him?
Yeah.
Smith and stuff?
Yeah.
Because he has been like an absolute ghost on social media, his
Yeah.
podcast,
for
everything.
the last month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's because there's for sure lawsuits involved, so that's probably why he's not speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think he's probably going after them pretty hard. So we'll see
Good,
what happens.
man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How many, like, there's so many cases of, like, dudes losing scholarships or because, and you, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not to say like it doesn't happen,
Oh,
but
yeah.
there is definitely like all you have to say now is like that guy was a creepy.
yeah,
And
that
And then
guy's
it's like,
creepy.
well,
Oh,
yeah.
he,
delete him.
yeah. I had sex with him, but he raped me, and then it's like
Yeah.
it's that then it's always like, oh, I'll believe all women. I was like, oh yeah, it seems like that's working. Fuck.
I love Bill Burr's line of like, what about Star Wars? Someone made that up.
Yeah, right?
So,
Oh, man.
to be slightly white knightish too, like when you dumb down the definition of something, that discredits the actual victims, and that can go for anything from
time.
sexual related
I don't think
stuff.
that's white knightish at all.
Yeah,
No,
or
no.
like
I think you're just being honest.
yeah, or like anything sexual misconduct related, or like even like race stuff, right? Like
Yeah, the people
Yeah,
that are
it-
affected by it, and then it's dissolved by all this false bullshit that
Yep.
people
yeah,
put out
exactly.
there.
Oh,
So
And
definitely.
it waters it down and
Yeah.
detracts from the people who may actually need like help, I guess, right? You
yeah,
know?
like
So-
there's people that have faced some serious racist shit in their life, or
Yeah.
like rape or whatever, like the most cruel thing you could do to a human.
Yeah.
And then when they speak out about it, oh, shut up, bitch, you're fine. You know what I mean? It's
Pretty
like-
much, man. Yeah,
and that's
100%.
kind of fucking sad because like that human is obviously affected by it, and like that's where you know you see like a lot of psychological problems start happening, and
Yeah.
that's kind of fucked
Or you
up.
almost like, this is shitty to say, but you almost like normalize it too.
Yeah.
You know, which is really fucked up because then you have all these people being like, well, that was me too. It was like, well, was it though? Like, you know?
Yeah,
So-
you don't know like the severity of that on that person's, and like it's
Yeah.
it's I don't know, it's not right by any means,
No.
but like
Yeah.
and
We're
it-
just giving our opinions on fucking everything. today.
yeah,
I
I
know.
like
It's
it. I
good,
like
it's
these
good.
kind of talks.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the women that come out and like not specifically just women, just people or whatever. If you were an actual rape victim and you have to go through all that psychologically, I can't imagine that. And then
Yeah.
and then to not be heard because some other person came out, did the same thing, but
And
it
was
came
just
out
shouting
false.
louder than you too.
Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out false.
Yeah.
And then it just completely dissolves your whole case. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, it just goes back to the whole victimization culture.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like,
And then, like, even being, I would say we're being contrarian to these ideas in very positive ways
Yeah.
because you care about the underlying people. But then it's
Absolutely.
like, so are we now bad guys for criticizing these movements? Like, that seems to be the meta as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
God,
yeah.
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. 'cause
Exactly.
You know what I
right?
mean? Like,
so,
you should just fucking sit in a closet and not talk about
not talk to
anything, you know?
anyone.
yeah,
Never
don't
post
say
on
nothing.
social media.
Yeah.
Don't try anything ever.
Yeah.
Don't put in any effort.
It's almost like what some of these lunatics think that you should do is just sit at home,
Yeah.
don't talk,
Yeah. Have no opinions.
nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and let me just speak for you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'll tell you the right way of doing things
Yeah.
because I know best.
Yeah.
I have a tapestry of that's
Tapestry.
yeah, hanging on my wall.
Have you gotten any like major hate for stuff or?
You know what? I haven't in a while.
'Kay.
And I don't know why, but I got a few death threats.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, and
Jesus.
I like to toy with them and be like, "You're not gonna do fuck all." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, let's be real here. Let's call it. You're not
Yeah.
gonna, beat the shit out of me in an alley because I'm rarely in alleys.
For one. So,
That's false. And if I am in an alley, I'm pretty fucking alert, and I'm making sure I understand my scenario.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I understand what goes on in an alley, and it's not good things.
That's funny.
What was that maybe earlier on where you were a little more focused on the political content, I'm assuming?
Yeah, when it was more
Yeah.
political, it was like, "Oh, you fucking redneck! I'll fucking stab you." I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Saves me from committing suicide and being a failure in the family.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You're doing me a favor. Maybe.
That's the fucking way though.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that like, then you completely discredit that stuff because then it's just like you get the hate and it's just like, I I don't care.
At first it kind of bothered me because I wasn't used to it because somebody's saying something pretty ignorant about it. But then I had to think, like, you're kind of saying some pretty ignorant shit. Like, you're going to receive ignorant shit back. If you're out there being positive bro, then you're going to get probably the positive fucking people, but you're being a dickhead, so you're going to attract dickheads. It's simple math, you know?
Simple math.
Simple math. Yeah, we got fucking two negatives.
If me equals dickhead, then audience equals dickhead.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, it boils down to that, you know? I'll cut it straight. Like, I understand what the things I'm putting out there aren't necessarily the feel-good stuff of the world where you're not coming to me for positivity. Maybe, unless you want to look at me and to be like, wow, I'm doing a lot better than this guy. Mentally and physically. He's 29 thinking that he's going to make a career in comedy. Look at this fucking guy. There's a solo podcast. He has no friends. He's got to sit and talk to himself to fucking entertain others.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't even have a dog to comfort him. He's banking on somebody killing him so that way he doesn't have to commit suicide. What a pathetic loser.
Amazing.
Exactly. Fuck, that flew by. So we're at an hour 40.
Holy
damn.
Fucking shit.
Dude, I thought it was like an hour 10.
Yeah.
Damn, this is a
that was a good one. We got into it.
Yeah, we're fucking solving the world's problem.
We really are.
Right in the office of an Edmonton office.
Yeah. Hopefully, the presidents and prime ministers of the world hear this and just fix everything.
Goddamn right.
So, but we always like to end the show now by asking, what's next for you, Danger Cats, all that jazz.
Oh, man. Quite a bit, honestly. We're really expanding on the whole brand as itself. Like, we're trying to make Danger Kittens a brand. We're doing a lot more photo shoots with models around the city, Alberta models in general, and try and give them some exposure, in turn give them content, and then we have it as well.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. With Danger Cats, we're getting a little more, trying to bring that, remember like how Maxim and Playboy was in about 2005? Was it like really kind of that dude content? You went there for a beer review or that?
Yeah. Right.
Get more into that on like an online kind of magazine. Cool. Take Barstool, make it redneck, and us. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be the best way to put it. And
cool.
More so that, and then just kind of try and expand that into a business, and
sick.
Take that and run more ads. We're on the verge of hiring a few people to sales guys. So like now we're bringing in employees. So it's in the next year.
Excellent.
I'm definitely not. It's going to be tough because, time management and like there's two guys running the whole thing right now. So between the content and running the business and then also running the smaller end things like shipping, receiving.
Oh, yeah.
Between two of us, it's a lot to handle. So I'm hoping over this next, I want to say 6 months to a year, we can really expand in that and figure out the systems and have people in place to take care of it and have new content creators with us, and then on top of it, producing more things like more podcasts, more shows, more just a little bit of everything. Awesome. Just content in general, I guess. Yeah.
And then the stand-up too, right?
Yeah, and then hopefully in the next year, once things get a little more open, there'll be more rooms to work, and I can really get like my groove in comedy and really. That's like the next kind of, in my spare time, I'm going to really focus on that and
cool, man,
and give that a whirl and see what it's all about.
Hell awesome, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, man.
This
was a very special episode 69 as well.
We didn't start with that. That's too bad.
I forgot to say it at the start.
That's right. That is, I'm honored. That's very kind of you.
It was a good fit.
yeah.
All right.
The immature dickhead I am.
All right. Thanks
Thank
again.
you, sir.
Thank you.